Welcome back, guys, to the Mindcrack server. We are at the spawn area, and today I'd like to start fiddling around with the idea for my spawn building, which is going to be a huge map room. The town hall is coming along nicely. It's still quite dark up there. Every time I come in here, there's monsters. There's a zombie right there. There was a creeper here just a minute. I almost blew a giant hole in the floor filming the intro. The creeper did take 2 shots with, let's see, this is sharpness 4 now, and this is power 4, so I assume he was at full health, which means he spawned down here. He didn't fall off the ledge. Most likely, anyway. Hey, buddy, path over this way. Lead your shot. Smack! Got him! Did he fall all the way off? I don't know. Look, there's another one. Oh, he must have spawned because I hit that guy. He didn't spawn because it was dark. Yeah. So, one little tactic for fighting zombies, always be moving backwards when you fight zombies now, because sometimes they resist knockback, which means they're going to keep coming. You have to use your noodle. You have to use your noggin. That's a free hint, Anders. So, my idea for Spawn Village is to create a map room with a big map of the continent and a smaller map of the spawn area, the spawn village as it is. There's no houses in Spawn Village. At least there's not supposed to be, even though a number of people are building houses pretty damn close to the spawn area. Despite that, well, whatever. I mean, we won't point anyone out. We won't single anyone out for building a spawn village house. And the other people, there were 2 other people who had been interested in maps in general. And I've talked to both of them. Those people were Adlington and Kurt. Adlington says, this is what he said to me. You cleaned this area and didn't light it up. Oh, someone's mad. Adlington said that he is going to do something with maps in his castle, not in spawn area. And he's not going to get to that for a long time. So he told me to just go ahead with what I wanted to do. So I said, okay. I talked to Kurt. Kurt said he can barely survive, and he didn't have any kind of organized idea about what to do with maps. He was just having fun with them. So, looks like we're good to go with the Spawn Village map building. Now, it's going to take a lot of maps once I get some of the details figured out, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to figure out a few of the parameters for the build. What is this, like a custom map? This is like the signs you would see in a custom map. We're going to figure out the parameters for the build today. And later on, when we have a lot more maps to create, we'll probably try to team up with Kurt to get his help. Because it's going to be a little tedious at the very minimum. This is too many crafting benches. You don't need this many. Somebody made too many. So I'm going to make half a stack of maps. And when you make a map, it starts out as an empty map, and the map doesn't become activated until you right-click it. So where should we put the center of the map? I suppose we're just going to be doing a few experiments, so it doesn't actually matter. But let's put it at the center of town square, at least for this one. Oh, and the rain sound goes away. Let's put it right here under this chandelier. All right. Right-click it, and it fills in. The default map is 128 blocks, or it represents an area 128 blocks by 128 blocks. Each pixel you see on the map there is displaying 1 block. Pretty good amount of detail there. Oh, you know what I should have brought is some item frames so we could put them in the wall. I may do that off camera in a little bit, unless I can find some leather. There are cows over there. Maybe we can find some. But one thing you can do is you can clone a map by doing this. And now you have 2 of the same map. They're identical. So you don't have to be at the same place you created it. When you clone it, it'll have the same center no matter where you cloned it at. Let's see. Can we find some leather? That thunder is noisy. Let's see if we can find something over by the animal pens. If we have to, we can... I guess we can breed some cows. Or I can just pop off camera. There's one item frame. There is 11... Okay, that should be enough. So we just want to do some tests. Now we need some sticks. That ain't enough. I wonder where BWO is keeping all his supplies for this thing. There doesn't seem to be a lot of building blocks here. They must be somewhere else. Did I bring... I didn't... Oh, I've got wood. Never mind. We can do it ourselves. Okay, let's turn half of those into sticks. 11 more. Okay, so let's create just a small little wall here to put them on so we can look at them. Something just about like that. That should be good. And we took fall damage, but who cares? Because we've got resistance and regeneration. So, one thing that's kind of unfortunate, did I not have... I thought we had 12. I made 11, but wasn't there one more? Whatever. You can put a map in the wall like this, and you can put another one next to it. Unfortunately, you're going to end up with this huge border in between them, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish you could do some kind of stitching or something for a map wall so that it was a little more easy to see, so that there wasn't these huge gaps in between them. So the default map is 128 by 128, which means that if we come here, like so, come all the way to the center and look at the coordinates. So right now we're at 140, 260. So if we go 128 blocks this way, that's 140 minus 128. Should put us at the center of the next one. So we need to go to x equals 12 and keep our z at 260. And I think... I'm not sure if it puts you at the exact center of that block or the center of the chunk, but it shouldn't matter. If we go the exact amount, it should work either way, as far as I know. But let's go ahead and test it, and let's put it on the wall to see what it looks like. It may not even look good, and I may decide not to do the whole thing, but I think it could look pretty cool. Oh, we went too far. We want to go to 12, right? 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 Okay, there's 12. And then 260. Right here. Okay. So there's the next one. We can head back and we put this guy on the wall as well. And I think at least as the spawn area develops, we may want to remake some of these maps. Yeah, see how... Let's see. I think that's right. Here, let me have this one back. Oops. How did I end up with 2 of those when I popped that off? Yeah, now we have 12. I knew I had 12. Where was that hiding? So if we look at this... Yeah, I walked that way, the way that little arrow is pointing to make the next one. And I placed the next one to the left of it. So that should be correct. There's not a lot of details that carry over between the two, but that's basically correct. It's really unfortunate that there's that big gap in between them, but that's kind of the idea. The next thing we can try out is that you can make... let's go ahead and clone this guy 3 more times. Oh, crap. Do not shift-click, by the way, when you're making maps, when you're changing their size. because the information will not be carried over. So one thing you can do is you can expand the area of a map. Oh, I need more paper. Is that all the paper I have? Where's my ender chest? Hey, buddy. See how I'm walking backwards when I do that? So if he resists the knockback, I don't get hit. Paper. That's all my paper. Okay, well, I may have to go get more paper or look around. But you can expand the guy. Now, don't shift-click when you do this. Why is that offering me 9? What? Well, that's not right. What did I do wrong? That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to put... Oh, you know what I did? Oh, I put maps around it, not paper. That's... Okay, so now we have 12 of those maps. We need paper, not maps. Let me put these away. We don't need these right now. Okay, no wonder. Derps! Okay, there must be a reed farm around here. There's some reeds. There's a bunch of reeds over there. Let's just go get a bunch of paper. So I made that wrong. That was... what it does is each time you do that, you surround a map with paper, it doubles the dimensions of the map. So instead of 128 by 128, it becomes 256 by 256, and then 512 by 512, and then 1024 by 1024. And you can do that 4 times. The smallest map, each pixel is 1 block. And then the next one, it's 2 by 2, and then 4 by 4, and 8 by 8, and 6 by 1 chunk by 1 chunk at the biggest size. So one of the things to figure out is what scale is best. Oh, the rain stopped. Thank God. What scale is best for making a map of the whole continent, and what scale is best for the spawn village? Because I would like the map of the continent to be fairly large, something like 15 by 15 or 13 by 13, something to that effect. How much did we get? That's enough to mess around a little bit. So the next thing I want to do is I want to take this this one map we made and just make different versions of it at different sizes. And then the grindy bit comes when we need to... Let's see, we're going to do 3. 1, 2... We're going to expand this one 3 times. Don't shift-click when you do this. Okay, so these aren't technically... Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have cloned these. Yeah, that's what I should have done. Okay, never mind. Let me gather these up. That's actually... Alright, let's take that back. There we go. So that is now the smaller size. And you can see the whole thing hasn't been explored. But it is twice as zoomed out. So that's 128, that's 256 blocks. And now if we're going to put the map wall for the spawn area, I think this level of detail is probably best. But for the continent, we've got to figure it out. So if I make a map of the continent, that means I'm going to have to be running around with one of these maps all over the entire continent. Basically, I have to explore the entire continent at one point or another, which means we need to be moving as fast as possible, which means I need to get a horse today. So that's one of the other things I'd like to do, is to go look for a horse. I brought a saddle, a name tag, a lead, and some horse armor. B-Dubs told me a good place to find some horses. Let's see, we need to do this one as well. May as well, I guess. Because we're going to put one on the wall, and we're going to expand the other. Now, what I should have done is just do this once and then clone it and expand one of them. Expand the clone, basically. And this can get a little tedious, so I'm going to do most of this off camera. Okay, so for comparison, we got that guy. And now we can, let's do it once more. Let's expand this one, and then I'll clone it. I sort of wasted a bunch of paper, but oh well. So, yeah, we're going to need a horse, and we're going to need a horse pronto. I found an area with a lot of horses, around 1,000, negative 1,000. We got some nice ebony stallions there. Let's look around. Let's find one with a good pattern. I'm going to try to tame several to try and get some good stats. I mostly want speed, but jump and health are also good. I like to jump off things. I wonder what type of falling damage horses take. We'll have to experiment with that. This will be my first horse on the server. Let's see. This guy's pretty badass looking. I like those patterns. Got a brown one with white spots. I saw one a minute ago before I started recording that was pretty awesome too. And I only have the one lead. I'm very short on slime balls because I don't live close to a swamp. So tell you what, let's try out this guy right here. He looks pretty awesome. Oh, I meant to give him. Is he already tamed? I think he's already tamed. Yeah, he's already tamed. Hey, buddy. Okay, fine. Good. Let's give you that. And that. We have a horse. Okay, so he's got 12 hearts. Seems reasonably fast. I haven't ridden a ton of horses, so I don't know exactly what to compare him to, but he seems kind of fast. And his jump bar is the little purple line doesn't go all the way to the end, so I assume that means... Oh, there's the other one I saw. Check that guy out. Okay, you sit pretty. Don't move. Don't move. Let's see. Has this guy been tamed yet? Oh, he's got less. Let's move him. Oh, he doesn't want to move because he doesn't have a saddle on. Oops. Okay, shift, right click. Let's put a saddle on him and some horse armor briefly. Now, after looking at the two, I kind of like this guy better, if I'm honest. Yeah, he's already... Oh, this guy seems faster, though. He does seem a little faster. But I have to say I like this guy better, so we're going to pick him even if he's a little bit slower. And I did bring a name tag. This will be my first time using a name tag. Okay, come here. What shall we name you? Oop. Darn it. Shift right click? How do I use these? So, you use a name tag by renaming it on an anvil, and then you right-click it on whatever you want to rename. So we're going to call my first horse Geronimo. Geronimo. Is that right? Did I spell that right? Geronimo. I think so. Well, it's too late now. It takes 5 levels. That's how many I had. As luck would have it, I like to jump off things, and I most often yell Geronimo when I do so. Geronimo! Now, I'm not even sure it's going to be worth it to have a horse to try to do these maps, because one, there are certain biomes you can barely traverse with a horse, like a jungle, or extreme hills, or swamps. They're just a big pain in the butt. And I fell in a hole a few times, had some monsters blow up on me at night. I don't know if it'll be worth it, but we'll at least try it to start out. So anyway, let's get down to some mapping. What? No! No! Swim up! Swim up, Geronimo. Swim up, Geronimo. Swim up. No! Geronimo! That is weird. That is really bizarre. Look at that thing. Now, if we were going to make a map wall just out in the wilderness somewhere with some natural formation, we would use this for sure. I think maybe we're not on the continent anymore, though. I think we went too far across the water. So we're technically not supposed to be here. Shh. Don't tell anyone. We're making a map. It's important. All right, back this way. And we're back. Well, that took a little while, and that horse, he didn't last too long at all. So there's another one. You can see, because I'm the creator of the map, my little marker shows up on all of these. I don't think other people will see those. I don't think so, but I'm not certain about that. So this guy was the default map, 128 blocks by 128 blocks. This guy is 256 blocks to a side. This one is 512. This one is 1,024. And we could even do one bigger and make it 2,000 by 2,000. You can see in this one, we're sort of in the southwestern peninsula here. I think the continent goes down maybe this far and then ends. And goes something like that and ends. And then a lot of the bulk of the continent is kind of up here. So if we had a super zoomed out map that would be small, just to kind of get an overall view of the continent, it might only be 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 at this scale. 2,000 by 2,000, the next scale up, I think that's a little too zoomed out, even for something this big. And this took a long time. The horse definitely was worth it while he was still alive. I tossed a speed potion on him, and man, did he fly through the wilderness until he fell in some water and drowned. So, we'll probably have a little version of the continent like this to get an overall view of the shape. Then we'll have a bigger version, maybe like 5 by 5 or something, at this scale for the spawn area itself. And you can see it's a pretty good scale. You can see the details in the buildings themselves. And these ones, because they come as soon as you make them, they're fully filled out. You don't have to run around filling them out. We can update it pretty easily as long as I keep a track of the center point where you need to create each one. So as new things spring up around here, we can update the map for the spawn area. And then we need one that's either going to be 13 by 13 or 15 by 15 or something like that. Now, let's say hypothetically the max width and height of the continent is like 4,000 by 4,000. That means at this scale here, which is 256, that's going to be 8 by 8, which is smaller than I thought we would be using. So if we use this one, it would be 4 by 4, right? So I think this scale may be too zoomed out because I wanted to have it be pretty freaking huge. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this one is the right scale to use. 256. I may do a test, like an east to west test. Instead of doing out a full map, I may do an east to west test to try to get a row to see what they look like, how many spaces wide it would be. But I don't know exactly where it's going to go yet. Guude is going to be making a UHC monument building, and that thing's going to be pretty big. And I thought at first he was going to put it opposite the town hall, and this would be sort of the center of the town, as it were, and the main road might go through here. The main road might be bigger than the other roads, and the portal might be right there in the center as well. But I appear to be the only one who really cares about town organization like that. I'm not sure where he's going to put it, but we're going to figure out next time I work on this where it's going to go. And I think I'll alternate building this thing with building my my sphere house in my little area of the world, which is relative to this. It's like up there-ish. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the map room ideas. See you later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.